One.
What?
Let's just try it. One,
Okay.
2, 3.
Yeah, welcome everyone to the pilot episode of the still unnamed podcast about films and TV and various other sort of visual entertainment mediums. My name is Michael. I'm joined today by Jack and Sahil.
Hello.
And we are three engineers in completely different parts of the world, just talking about what we love and film and TV. So I am located in Auckland, New Zealand, and Jack and Sahil are located in Victoria, British Columbia, Canada. And so we apologize if there's a bit of lag in the conversation, but we're doing our best here.
Also for the probably terrible audio if anyone ever hears this.
Yeah. So we also apologize for the terrible audio because we are using mostly just our laptop mics and various other things to do this.
Yeah, and there's a fridge that will be on and off next to me during the entire podcast. So sorry about that.
Yeah, it's really raining really hard here, so you might hear that as well.
Yeah, we're not hearing either, so that's fine.
Perfect. So that was Jack that just talked. Sahil, you say something.
Hi.
This guy who sounds like Marlon Brando. You can't hear him.
No, Marlon Brando. No, I can't do the Marlon Brando. Can't.
So Jack is the jokester of the bunch.
Sure, definitely.
So just to sort of introduce ourselves a little more, the three of us met at university. We went to engineering school together, and we found that we shared a common interest of a love for film and television, and so that's basically all we ever talked about when we were at school.
Yeah, pretty much. I think we met like 5 years ago.
But yeah, for like 5 years. So we figured now that I've moved to New Zealand, we should discuss or try and keep that up in podcast form. So for everyone's enjoyment, and we plan on having some guests on our show at times, and I know a fair few people in the film industry in this country, so maybe we'll get some of them over here, and that'd be a lot of fun. But mostly we just want to talk about what we're excited about, sort of the news and things that we've been watching and that sort of stuff. So
for sure.
So why don't we start off here just by talking about what we've been consuming. So Sahil, why don't you get us started?
Yeah, I'm just in this weird position now where I'm croning over the laptop and talking into the bottom of my cell phone. That's great. I've actually recently started watching Mark Maron's TV show. Have you guys seen it? It's called Maron. I think
no, haven't even heard of it.
Fox does it, or it's on Netflix now. It's like the first 3 seasons are on Netflix. If you know Mark Maron, he's like this. He used to be like this really angry comic, and he doesn't do a lot of actual jokes. It's mostly like him talking about his life. And apparently, according to the show, a few years ago, he was considering killing himself in his garage, and then turned things around, and he now has one of the most listened to podcasts on the internet, the WTF with Mark Maron, and he has like lots and lots and lots of great guests on there, and he gets to interview them for about an hour or so, and they talk about a lot of cool stuff. And the show is sort of like, it shows him like as a fictional character of himself. He does the podcast in the show, but and he's like been divorced in the show. It's not like the way Louis does it in his show, but sort of similar. Mm-hmm. And then he has guests on there, and it's just, it's not an amazing show. It's funny, but it's like it's good enough that you watch it on, like you can watch all 3 seasons pretty quick. And I think they're doing a 4th season, or they might have already done it, and it's not on Netflix, but the show is still on. I also started watching or finished watching the 4th season of Episodes that has like Matt LeBlanc and I think the creators of, or 2 of the creators of Friends, or the writers on Friends, and it's like him playing a version of himself, and it's pretty funny. He just does stupid stuff, and it's like he doesn't get work, so he has to do this like really crappy show, and then he meets like these crazy producers, and there's like these two writers who come from England who have their show completely torn apart by American studios. It's pretty funny. So yeah, that's,
I've been meaning to check that one out at some point. I'll have to do so.
That's pretty good. It's actually pretty good. Yeah, that's about it for TV shows. How about you, Michael?
So I've been watching a lot of Mr. Robot. My coworker introduced me to the show, and he's couldn't stop raving about it. So I finally broke down and watched the first episode last weekend, and now I'm almost done 2 seasons. So
Oh, really?
Yeah. So considering how I have a pretty heavy workload, the amount of TV I've been watching is pretty excessive. But it's an awesome show. I don't think you guys have watched it, have you?
I've seen the first season. I don't think I'd call it awesome. I think there's parts of it that are really, really good, and then there's parts of it that I feel are really, really bad. And I don't know whether it's just meant to be that way, or I don't know. It's like the fact that this is not a spoiler, but the adversary in the story is called Evil Corp, and it's supposed to like embody all the worst corporations. But the fact that it's called Evil Corp, it just pisses me off.
Listen,
I don't know why. I don't know.
Well, for the record, it's not called Evil Corp. It's called E Corp.
Well, the E stands for evil, isn't it? Like
Right.
it's in the logos and everything. There's the VIL in the logos. So I don't know if it's like some
No.
sort of. It's not, or is the
No,
guy
it's-
like
it's-
hallucinating that part?
It's called E Corp,
Oh yeah,
but everyone refers to it as Evil Corp.
really.
Yeah. but anyway, so that show is amazing, in my opinion, and there are some totally holy crap moments in it. Yeah, like there's one moment in the second season, I won't ruin it, but I don't know if I've ever had my mind blown that much by a TV show.
Yeah,
It was pretty awesome.
it is E Corp. I'm sorry about that. It's just that they call it so like everybody calls it Evil Corp. It's weird.
Right. Yeah, that's true.
I think the second
and then
season.
I've also
Sorry, yeah. I think the second season is like all directed by the same guy. Is that right? Like
by
Sam
Sam
Ismail?
Sam something.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Sam Ismail.
I can't. Yeah, Sam Ismail. That's right. Yeah.
Yeah, that's interesting.
Yeah. Anyway, I've been really enjoying that show. I have a couple more episodes to go until I'm caught up with it. Probably watch those today actually. But yeah, and then I did watch an episode of my guilty pleasure show, which is The Big Bang Theory, which I realize is a pretty terrible show. But it's so easy to watch it, and it's just like 20-minute little thing. Watch it while you eat breakfast, sort of thing. That one's been good.
You're perpetuating.
What about you?
Michael, you're perpetuating the dumpster fire.
Fair enough. What about you, Jack? What are you in watching
I think
TV wise?
it's gonna be clear pretty quickly that I'm the guy who doesn't watch TV
Yeah.
in this group.
Yeah.
I'm not caught up to any show.
What books have you been reading, Jack?
Sorry?
What books have you been reading?
What books I've been reading? I haven't been reading that many books either. But yeah, I'm still trying to catch up to like Sopranos and The Wire and shows from like 10 years ago, even older.
Yeah, right.
We have to do an episode where I just say The Wire is the best TV show ever made, and you guys have to
I
prove
doubt
me
it's
wrong.
the best TV show.
Oh, come on.
It's
You
probably-
haven't seen
Well,
it.
I haven't seen it, but knowing your taste is probably not that good.
Oh, just shut up. It's so good. So let's move on to movies, which is,
Let's do it.
Michael says here, no movies in the last couple of weeks.
Yeah, last couple
But
weeks I haven't had a chance to watch any movies.
It doesn't matter. What have you watched recently, like, besides Hunt for the Wilder People?
Yeah, we'll get to that one. What have I watched recently? I watched a movie called Kon-Tiki, which is about Kon-Tiki expedition. Thor Heyerdahl sailing across the Pacific to the Polynesian Islands. Really neat, really good movie. I read the book when I was a teenager. It's based on a true story, and yeah, the movie was equally as and then I watched another one. I can't can't remember what else I watched, but it's been a couple weeks since I watched a movie. Yeah, go ahead, Sahil. You.
But before, so I actually remembered I did watch a TV show.
Oh.
It's called How We Got to Now. It's like, I think PBS came up with that show a while back, maybe a few years back, and it's a miniseries. It's like six episodes. Each episode concentrates on like a part of what we have in society. It's sort of something like there's an episode about cold, about how we got to fridges and cooling and freezing, and there was an episode about light and an episode about glass. It was like quite an interesting episode, actually. Quite an interesting show.
And it was released in 2015.
15, yeah.
Or 2014.
It was last year.
6 episodes, yeah. Seems
Pretty
cool.
good.
Cool.
There's some interesting facts too. Like they showed us. There's one episode about cleanliness, clean. So they showed us the sewage system in San Francisco, like an old sewage system, and it just gave me the creeps. It was like cockroaches and rats.
Gross.
So that episode was actually pretty good. They showed us in Chicago. They lifted buildings. They moved buildings to put the whole new sewage system underneath the city.
Wow.
They lifted buildings?
Wow.
Apparently, part of the traffic was moving buildings, yeah.
What?
Yeah, it's pretty cool thing to do, I guess.
Those are just kind of TV shows that Jack watches.
Sorry?
Those are the kind of TV shows that you watch. PBS funded.
It's good stuff, too. It's all good stuff.
Yeah,
It's all good.
We're engineers, right?
It's probably better than The Wire, I can tell you that much.
Oh, okay, whatever, man. I've talking about movies. I've watched. Jack and I watched Jason Bourne recently, which was okay. It was as a Bourne fan. I saw the trailer and I kind of knew what was coming. It's just like I told Jack, it's like a greatest hits collection of the Bourne movies. There's like the old dude who wants Bourne dead for some reason, no matter what. There's the hitman with the sniper. There's the big UK scene where there's a big crowd and the sniper can't kill Bourne. It's just the same stuff. There's the car chase scene. There's a car chase scene that's just like the premise for it is so bad. I mean, it's like an okay movie, and the Bourne series is not known for being okay, so it's kind of disappointing in that way. I don't know. Jack said it was okay.
Yeah, I can go on a whole rant about shaky cam.
Oh yeah, right.
Passion. I just don't get it. I can't see anything. And the thing is, like with a movie like Bourne, where they have the budget, like they spend money, right? So everyone's trained and everything's choreographed and everything. Like they're not doing shaky cam to hide the fact that they can't do the stunts. So it just seems like a waste of time. It's not like other movies where they do shake cam because they
I
can't
don't know.
afford.
I think for Bourne it's fine.
What,
I think
something
it's a good use.
Sorry?
Like I think for in Bourne I think it's a good use of the technique. I think it's not crazy bad. I think like they used it in The Big Short. I think it was the same cinematographer for that movie.
Yeah, well, the Big Short doesn't. People aren't punching the shit out of each other in The Big Short.
But it shows that you can use it as well.
The Big Short.
Yeah, I guess. I like the sort of frenetic stuff as long as it doesn't get too extreme. So yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So I watched that. I watched Suicide Squad. That was fine. It wasn't great. It wasn't. I'm just sick of superhero movies since like last year. But I guess
I don't think I watched a single superhero movie this year.
Deadpool. You haven't seen that?
I didn't see Deadpool. I didn't see Civil War. I didn't see
X-Men.
Suicide Squad.
Did you see X-Men?
I didn't see X-Men. No. I know my favorite, Jennifer Lawrence. I didn't watch it yet. I will watch it, I'm sure. But
I heard it was really not as good as the last one.
Yeah,
I haven't watched it either. I think Civil War, we watched it, Jack and I as well, and Civil War is probably my most my favorite Marvel movie since the first Iron Man. It's done really well, although the heroes fighting heroes doesn't really have any stakes. Like it's pretty clear.
Yeah.
Which is all like they went the complete opposite of Batman Superman, where everything is like the end of the world, and these guys hate each other so much they were talking in like really gravelly voices when they fight each other. It's not that at all. I also
Hmm.
watched White Helmets on Netflix recently. It's a new documentary from, I don't know if you guys saw Virunga, which is, I don't know if I pronounced that right. It's another documentary. I don't know what it's about, but it's got
It's about
gorillas in it.
gorillas.
Yeah, it was
DiCaprio.
nominated for Best Documentary at the Oscars a while back. And this is the same director, and
Hmm.
it's basically, they're just following the rescuers for who go in Syria after bombings and like help people out of the rubble, and they get training for that. It's like it's really tough to watch because they show like really meaty stuff. But it's like you at least admire the fact that these people went into these areas and shot good quality video of all this stuff happening. It as like as a filmmaker, it must have been like super dangerous. I don't even know if the director went in there or they just like hired people who were on the crew for the rescuers. I don't know, but it's like it's a pretty good movie. I think it's worth watching. It's like only 30 minutes, so it's a
Hmm.
short doc. Yeah, that's it for movies on my end.
So for games, let's just quickly go through what we've been playing. I've been playing a bit of Trackmania and some Stardew Valley recently.
Oh, I heard Stardew is really good.
Stardew is really awesome. Yeah, it's actually they're coming out with like a multiplayer version of it. So once that happens, we should all get it and we can play it together. Be fun.
Okay.
But it really reminds me of my childhood playing like Super Nintendo games and stuff. But what about you, Sahil?
Always playing some Rocket League as usual. Probably my favorite game of last year, and probably the best multiplayer game I've ever played. It's really good. I finished Arkham Knight, a Batman game.
Mm-hmm.
It's I don't know why I never got to it earlier. It's pretty good. There's some side stuff that gets boring, and the campaign's a bit too long, but like it looks amazing, and it's like a really good adaptation of Batman. And then recently, I made the wrong decision of starting The Witcher 3, which is
Haha, yeah, I'd like to play that one.
consuming hours of my life, which I should be spending on other stuff. And yeah, it's so good. I could spend a
Yeah,
long time
I've heard.
talking about why Witcher 3 is so good, but it's so good. Yeah, it's like an
Yeah,
amazing
yeah, I've heard it's
RPG.
good.
Yeah, Jack doesn't play
What about you, Jack?
video games.
Yeah, Jack doesn't play video games.
Doesn't play video games. I'm older now, wiser.
Whatever.
Fair enough. Fair enough.
I just watch movies.
So podcasts we've been listening to. I've been listening to Still Untitled, which is podcast by the Tested.com crew with Adam Savage of MythBusters fame, who is one of my heroes. He's this amazing creative talent, and he is all about sharing his knowledge and sharing the passion with the public. So he's just great to listen to. I love those podcasts. I've been listening to them for years. So.
Did you see that video he did with the flubber guy?
Yeah,
That's
with
awesome.
the little robot, flying robot. That was really cool.
Yeah, that was really cool. I've been listening to, yeah, I don't know why I've been into Mark Maron recently, but his WTF podcast, I highly recommend it just because he talks to a lot of cool, I think he probably has done Adam Savage at some point, maybe not. He does a lot of cool stuff,
Oh,
though. Like, I listened more recently to his interviews with, what's his name again? Not Billy Connolly. Can't believe I'm forgetting the name. The guy who hosts the Oscars all the time. What's his
Chris
name?
Rock.
Billy Crystal.
Billy Crystal. Yes, he had a nice interview with Billy Crystal. He had Ron Perlman on. He had Louis C.K. at some point, not so far behind. And yeah, it's cool to just hear him talk with these people. Like they
Yeah.
they just go all personal on him and talk about their childhoods and stuff. And yeah,
Yeah, well, podcast. I'm just sort of losing interest in podcast. Like I would start a podcast and then halfway I just stop it because I'm just bored out of my mind. So I just move on.
yeah, I just close it and find something else. My another big vice besides Witcher 3 is like playing Pro Evolution Soccer, and
Oh
I
yeah.
don't want to listen to the audio or the commentary because it's garbage. So I just put on a podcast for like an hour, and then it's or when you're like cleaning, like I find that it removes the complete boredom of doing chores.
I guess. Yeah. Okay. Let's move on to books because podcasts are long and I'm pretty sure
Yeah.
people.
Sorry. Yeah. So books for me, I found this like awesome used bookstore near my house in Auckland here, and it's the kind of bookstore where it's like you go inside and it's just this labyrinth of different rooms, and there's just thousands and thousands and thousands of books everywhere you look. And I found this old book that I had read as a teenager. I don't know if you guys remember the Myst video games.
Yes, I do.
Yeah, so they wrote a trilogy of books based on the sort of the world that those games take place in.
Mm-hmm.
And as a teenager, I read them, and they're like my favorite books when I was a teenager. So I picked up the second one in the trilogy, and man, that book sucks.
Okay.
It's like, well, it doesn't suck. It's got like no, like the plot is so, like, there's no motivation whatsoever for any of the characters to do the things that they're doing, and it's the world that it takes place in is fascinating to me, but the plot itself of this book is not.
I never
not great.
realized that Myst actually had a story. I thought it was just like this weird world stuff, and you like solve puzzles.
Yeah, it's basically about this race who lives like deep underground in these caves, in this place called Denis, and they have this ability to write books that link to other worlds, like other places in the universe.
Right.
Anyway, it's an interesting premise, and the first book in the trilogy is awesome, but the second book is not as good as I remember it.
Huh.
But then I'm also, my friend of mine lent me the Peter Jackson's biography, so I'm starting to read that now, which I'm sure will be interesting.
Speaking of Peter Jackson, I actually saw that Peter Jackson movie, Forgotten Silver. That was good.
Oh yeah.
Pretty strange.
You should note this down. You watch a lot of movies. You should note that.
Yeah, I know. I watch a movie a day. That's my. It's like my breakfast. Only I do it at night.
Going back to Myst for just a second, there's a new game from the people who made Myst. Have you heard of it?
I don't think so.
It's supposedly pretty good, and it's in the same vein of Myst. So if you're interested in that, it's called Abduction.
What's it? Abduction.
Yeah, it came out at the end of last month on Steam. So if you want to check it out.
Oh, sweet. Yeah. So I was just gonna say that Forgotten Silver movie. I tried to find it. I went downtown. I went into the city yesterday and tried to find it at JB Hi-Fi, which is like the place to go if you want to find a DVD. But they didn't have it, so I think I'm gonna have to try and get it from the library here, which will work. But yeah, for those of you who don't know, Forgotten Silver is basically this made-for-TV film that Peter Jackson made in his like sort of earlier career. I think after Bad Taste and maybe after Heavenly Creatures.
Yeah, it's in the 90s. I don't know exactly.
Yeah. And it's about sort of this. It's like a documentary sort of about this this camera crew who discovers this like old treasure trove of old movies and stuff made by this guy. Jack, you've seen the film, you would know better than me, but
yeah,
it's pretty much
pretty much the synopsis. Yeah, so Peter Jackson's neighbor is an old neighbor, and she, obviously Peter Jackson being a filmmaker, she tells him to come and check those films that her husband made when he was younger. She looks and he finds there's like this mystery about Colin Mackenzie, and there's this great New Zealand director from
nice.
Where is he from? Wellington? No, he's not from Wellington actually. He's from South Island, and he moves to Wellington. I think it's quite interesting, and how he's one of the great innovators of cinema.
Interesting. Yeah, no, I look forward to watching that one if I can find myself a copy. But yeah, where were we here?
It's pretty short too. It's like 55 minutes long, so it's not even.
Oh, really? Okay, yeah. That's easy.
Right.
Yeah, right.
So books. So I've been reading this book called How to Drive. It's written by the guy who was the Stig, who in Top Gear, like the guy who got sacked from the job.
Right.
So it was just he talks about how to become a better driver, how to be smooth and all that stuff, sort of stuff. Another book I've read actually is The Cursed Child, the Harry Potter book. That was like a stage play that turned into they made it to like a sort of a novel or a screenplay novel.
Right.
It's pretty good. It's like a retro look into that world again. It's like a lot of time travel. That sounds interesting. It's pretty. It's not as like intense as the books because obviously it's based on a play. So it doesn't feel it has as many characters or as many like side stories as like the books used to have.
Mm-hmm.
But it's quite interesting. Apart from that, I'm just reading a bunch of books about random things, photography, about yeah, I'm waiting for a book to come by that I need to read, but I haven't finished that. But just so on hold at the library, so nothing special.
I don't read books anymore, so whatever.
Yeah, because well,
All right, well, let's move on to YouTube then, shall we?
Yeah, or we can call this section other stuff we've seen on the internet that's interesting. Have you guys seen any of Casey Neistat's videos?
no.
I watched a few of them.
I think that guy's really like amazing. I don't know. You know that like on YouTube you go on there and it's like these weird clickbaity titles and it's like this guy vlogging himself next to an expensive car or just some garbage that everybody watches. When you see his thumbnail, you think the same thing, like, hey, first class flight, or hey, they gave me a BMW. This is like clickbaity titles, but actually the amount of production he like releases a video every day, every single day, and he has like amazing editing that he does, or editing that's far above the standard on YouTube, and then he mixes it in with like cool music every time there's like new artists giving him music. And he uses like nice drone shots, amazing time lapses. Like he's a filmmaker, and there's like a whole story about how he got into vlogging. But I think his videos are worth watching. They're pretty good.
Yeah, no, I've watched a couple of his. Like he went to the Oscars this year. I watched that one. Some of them are really fun.
Have you guys seen the new Every Frame a Painting about Marvel music?
Yeah. Very, very enlightening.
Yeah, that was so on point.
There was even a response video to that.
Yeah, I didn't see that yet.
So someone watched that video and they made a response video to that, which was pretty good as well.
I think the theme of that response was like every like all scores nowadays are like bad.
Yeah, it was quite interesting. It was pretty much there's like a picture of like an old a super young Hans Zimmer. And he looks really weird.
Interesting, yeah. No, I'll have to watch the response.
Yeah, like the guy who makes Every Frame a Painting, he has the response video on his Twitter account.
Okay.
That guy makes just the best videos.
Yeah,
they're unbelievable.
They're really good.
But it took him like 5 months to make this one. So.
Yeah, and I think Nordwriter does some similar stuff as well. Like if you've seen his videos, he does one every Wednesday. He's Nerdwriter on YouTube, and he does like the same sort of thing. I think he's a film school grad or something like that, and he does film essays. And I think
it's more philosophical though. It's more random.
Yeah, sometimes it's like whatever. Like I don't see it. I don't know what you're talking about. But he did the most recent one on the finale of Breaking Bad, and how like we see Walter White through the reactions of other people throughout the episode. It was really interesting how he did it. It's like English literature, if you ever did it in school. It's like the same sort of, hey, this guy wrote this really cool thing, and now let's break it down into its minutiae and think about how he what he could have been meaning. But yeah, that's about it for me on YouTube.
Yeah, I've been watching a lot of the Cinefix stuff as well.
Yeah.
The problem with them is that I often haven't seen. Sometimes when I haven't seen the movies, so like. Yeah. It's like the greatest scenes of all time. I'm like, well, I don't want to ruin.
Yeah, I don't like those lists. Also, they're just, how can you like choose the greatest scenes of all time? I like when they just pick one.
If you look at their older stuff, they're actually rated, but I think now they're more. It's like different types. So, for example, let's say do like a list about let's say sets, for example.
Yeah.
Have like one category about like giant sets. One category about
that's more interesting than just like these are the top 5 sets of all time. Like
They even like talk about like even the other like their other nominations within this the category. So that's something to look forward to this Monday, actually.
As far as other internet stuff, that's about it. Do we want to move into our main topic for the day?
Yeah, just for like half an hour to the.
Sure. So we're going to talk about Hunt for the Wilder People, right?
Yeah. So, Hunt for the Wilder People.
So after watching that movie, I watched a bunch of his other films, like his earlier stuff, and definitely this is his best one. It's like it culminated to reach to this like really, really solid, really fun adventure movie.
So yeah, so we should define what Hunt for the Wilder People is.
Right.
Yeah.
Hunt for the Wilder People is a New Zealand film directed by a guy, or written and directed by a guy named Taika Waititi, and he's done a few relatively big international films before. There's one called Boy that he made in 2010, I think. It's a really, really good movie. Another one a couple years ago called What We Do in the Shadows, which is about vampires living or flatting in Wellington.
Great movie.
It's totally absurd and yeah, absolutely wonderful movie. But yeah, his most recent one, which just came out this year, is Hunt for the Wilder People. It's based on a children's novel, I think. Can't remember the title of which, but yeah, it's I would say Hunt for the Wilder People. It's about basically this foster child who gets put with these foster parents, and then he runs away, and then he's in the wilderness with his foster dad or whatever you call him, and shenanigans happen, and it's the best movie I've seen this year.
Yeah,
full stop.
I would agree.
Yeah. It's pretty good.
It's one of those like, it's not a sad movie. It is kind of sad. In a small part of it is sad, but it's one of those feel good movies. It's like funny, and it's like really funny, but not laugh out loud in a way. Like it's not a comedy. I wouldn't say it's a comedy.
Yeah.
It's done really well.
This speaks to the brilliance of Taika Waititi. Is like he's really good at having a serious movie or like a serious plot, but making it really lighthearted.
Yeah.
And there are like some really sad moments, and then there's some hilarious moments, but also a lot of poignant moments as well. Sort of speaking about society and whatnot today, and
it's they did it well. Like they made it like there's a nice structure to it. There's nice shots. They use like this nice drone or helicopter, whatever they use for like these nice fast moving shots over the forest. I don't know if we want to say it, but as a minor spoiler that Rhys Darby is in it. If you didn't know already, and he's probably my favorite part of that entire movie. He's so good. It's
so good,
yeah.
So good. Probably one of the funniest moments in film history for me, actually. Thinking about it, basically his whole part in that movie.
Yeah, I was like, wow, this is.
Yeah, they've been having a really good use of music in the movie, considering they had a limited budget. Like they used some songs, like real songs, but they also used their own songs.
That's one thing I don't remember that much about the movie is the song or the soundtrack. I don't remember anything about it.
Yeah,
you don't
really? Okay, maybe I recognize some of the songs, so it's stuck more.
You don't remember Ricky Baker?
Oh, wow.
Ricky Baker.
Actually, fun fact about that. They actually didn't have the rights to use. So the scene there's like a birthday scene.
Yeah.
So they couldn't actually use the Happy Birthday song.
All right.
I think apparently it cost too much or something.
Really?
I don't know what was the deal exactly.
Happy Birthday is trademarked?
Yeah.
Okay. I have to Google
guess
this.
so.
I think
you guys talk.
I think the trademark has fallen through this year, actually.
Oh, okay. So okay.
Yeah.
So they were like a year early. So that's why they had to improvise the whole song.
Right, yeah.
So it was pretty
Oh,
awesome.
that's so good. So good.
But there's like some other songs. There's like Leonard Cohen, Nina Simone's music in there, and a bunch of other stuff. So actually, a cool shot in that movie is there's a shoot. So the kid is on the run, right, with his foster dad or whatever. Just to show you, like show you time and how long it took. There's this 360 or 720 shot. I don't know. There's a camera and it spins like 720, and you see them like popping up with the camera, and then they disappear, and then.
Yeah, it's a cool technique.
I don't know if you remember that.
Yeah, there were some really good shots in that film. The whole end segment in the desert.
Yeah.
It's just so good.
So according to Wikipedia, the Happy Birthday song is the single highest earning single song in history.
Really? That's so sad.
Yeah. The copyright is set to expire December 31st, 2016.
Oh, okay, that's what it is. Okay. But yeah, so the thing about that movie as well is it has the advantage of having been filmed in New Zealand, which is a stunning country just to begin with.
Mm.
I'm a little biased because I live here, but the beauty of New Zealand is that it's not huge. It's big. It's bigger than people think, but it's not huge, so that you can, like, the logistics of filming on location are actually simplified considerably, and there's tons of different variation in landscapes and stuff without you having to go too far. So the movie was, or the production was based in Auckland, but they only had to drive an hour or two out of the city to get to most of the locations. So it's pretty cool.
Yeah, it seems really remote when you look at the movie. I guess it's not.
Yeah. Oh, it is. It is still, because like New Zealand doesn't have a very large population, so there are a lot of vast, empty expanses of land in this country. So
Yeah.
still pretty remote. But I actually would quite like to see the movie again. I watched it in this great little cinema called the Capitol Cinema. It's an old like cinema from the 1920s or something, and it was such a neat little place to go. And I think that's the perfect kind of movie to watch in a little sort of art house theater like that. I don't think you need to go and see it on a giant screen with like 21,000 point surround sound.
I saw
stuff.
it. I saw it in Victoria downtown Simplex, and they had like a really small theater for it, and it was like maybe 10 people, and it's just one of those really small, tiny theaters, and the video part of it is like the small square, like almost square box in the middle of the, you know, it wasn't great. So there's a limit to how small I think the theater should be. I think you're right. It's more suited for something smaller, but yeah, that was my experience of it. Wasn't as great. Still a great movie though.
Yeah, for sure. A friend of mine has a movie theater in his house, so
Nice. That's the dream.
I might get to watch it again there. So that'd be fun. That is the dream, absolutely. That is the dream. I was actually thinking of buying a projector for my room. My room would work pretty well for it.
Like, how big could you go? Like, inches? Like,
we could go probably 10-foot screen.
Oh, you should do it.
Yeah.
Do you have like a sound issues at your place where like you don't want to bother people with home theater stuff?
Not really. I'm more like financially cautious about it, so I'd rather, I think,
It is a
just
big.
use headphones. Like I have some really good headphones, and that would do for now.
Your headphones look like
It'd be nice to have the
they look like
theater.
space stuff. They don't look like headphones. Yeah, people can't see it, but Michael's headphones
Yeah,
are weird.
no, they're really good actually. I need to replace the cushions on them, but that's fine.
Yeah. So should we move on to the news or stuff?
Let's move on to the news.
Stuff
Yeah,
sale
but before we do,
by
actually, we should just say anyone listening to this podcast, and I'm sure there aren't many of you, but if you do get the chance to watch Hunt for the Wilder People, you will not be disappointed. I can guarantee everyone who watches that movie will love it.
Yeah.
And I genuinely think that it'll be a pretty strong contender at
No.
for the sorry, in the international film category. I think it'll be a strong.
I haven't finished, so.
Is it really going to be in the foreign film category? You think?
It will be, yeah.
Yeah, New Zealand, yeah.
Wait,
Yeah,
how does that work? Nah,
Because it's not from the States.
but I don't know.
They have stuff from Canada, international.
Really?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I know French movies like from Quebec, but English movies never show up there.
It's because they don't do that many English movies in Canada.
But what I mean is, like, you know, New Zealand makes movies, other English-speaking countries make movies.
Yeah, but I think it's based on the production studio, or like the financier.
Yeah.
Right.
So
Exactly.
it's not connected to Hollywood in any way. It's all done in New Zealand with New Zealand backers and everything. So
I see. Well, you know,
yeah.
I was just going to look up the short list for foreign films but I don't think they've actually done one yet. So yeah, maybe
I don't
maybe
think
it'll
they have
happen.
either. Yeah.
But yeah, if I was gonna give an Oscar to best movie this year, with the limited amount of movies I've seen, I'd give it to this one.
Yeah. All right. Well, let's move on to the news.
Sure, we're
I
about
think.
45 minutes in now.
Okay.
Yeah, I can
I
tell.
think that we're doing pretty good. We're doing pretty good.
Yeah, I think we'll be about 1 hour, so should be fine.
Yep.
Okay, I have these I have these open up on the. So I'll take the easy road and just say the news, and then you guys can comment with your brilliant insights.
Yeah.
So
sounds
Mad
good.
Max, our favorite movie from last year, I think everyone agrees. Fury Road is coming out in black and white cut December 6th in the U.S. Thereafter in other
Yeah,
countries.
I am super excited about this. That Fury Road was such a spectacle, such an amazing thing to see. And do you guys know if the black and chrome edition is going to be a silent film?
No, it's not.
It isn't?
Oh, really?
It doesn't
That's a
say
shame.
here. It just says George Miller says this is the best version, and that's about it. It's not silent.
So it could be silent.
Interesting.
So.
Or you can just mute the audio.
It could be.
You can just mute the audio. It doesn't have to be.
No, but you don't want to mute like the music and stuff and the sound effects, right? It's just the speech that you don't want.
Yeah, exactly.
How does that work? Would you have like titling of the words?
Well, I don't think you really need speech in that movie. Like it speaks for itself.
It does,
You know?
yeah.
Anyway, everyone who bought it already saw it like 5 times, so they don't need to read.
Right. Yeah, that's right.
Should be cool though. Okay. Yeah, what a great movie. We can spend the whole podcast talking about that one.
We might have to, yeah.
Trailers. Anybody seen anything interesting?
Do you want to move the trailers to later? The upcoming things we're excited about?
Sure, we can talk about trailers later.
Because it's like pretty much all of them are there.
Okay, Emmy Awards.
Yeah.
Did anybody follow that at all?
I watched the monologue and that's it. I watched Matt Damon, and that's it.
Yeah, I did. I watched that too. That was good. I watched. Having been watching Mr. Robot recently, I was pretty stoked to see Mally. What's his name? Mally Remick. Rami Malek.
Yeah.
Rami Malek. Sorry. To see him win the Emmy for that, because his performance in that show is God.
Oh, come on. I think a part of me is just like this cynical guy who's just saying, this is how he is. Like, he's not acting. He's just neurotic like this. I bet, like...
Then great. Then he's doing a good job of being normal.
Yeah,
for his normal self.
Yeah, Mr. Robot won for best actor, and don't think it won for anything else. Game of Thrones pretty much swept drama. They won best drama again. Are you guys up to date?
Yeah.
Nope. I haven't seen episode 1 yet.
Okay, so we won't.
Yeah, I haven't seen the last couple seasons of Game of Thrones actually, let's not talk about that.
I will say some parts of it have been pretty boring, but then they really nailed it in the last 2 episodes. So they've set it up very, very well. John Oliver won for talk shows.
That was pretty cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, but he doesn't have a talk show though. He doesn't talk to anyone.
Sometimes
I guess he talks to the audience.
Sometimes
it was strange.
And then what else? Oh, People vs. O.J. Simpson. I really want to watch this one. It won a bunch of stuff. Unfortunately, it beat Fargo, which is another one of my favorite TV shows recently. For miniseries, Veep won for comedy. It beat Master of None, Transparent, Silicon Valley, and a bunch of others. Master of None is actually really good. It's on Netflix, and it won a writing award for one of the episodes that I really, really liked. You guys should watch it. It's Aziz Ansari's TV show. And then, yeah, there's nothing else here. HBO basically destroyed everybody, as usual.
Yeah. Yeah, they did. All right.
Actually, no, that's incorrect. O.J. Simpson,
I guess
that one's on FX. Yeah.
Right. And I guess the Emmy is sort of the start of the kickoff of the awards season, I guess, eh?
Yeah,
Starting to ramp up.
Yeah, it's timed that way. Yeah.
Yeah, so it should be. I don't know. I always enjoy award season. It's always interesting to me.
Yeah.
And it's kind of festival season right now too. So TIFF just happened, and
yeah,
all that sort of
Venice
stuff.
Film Festival, bunch of stuff is happening. It's good because
Yep.
all the good movies, well, most of the good movies come out during this time, or get shown during this time. So it's good stuff.
Yep.
Okay, what's next?
The GoPro drone.
Yeah.
Okay. Looks pretty cool.
There's a new drone coming from GoPro. This is their first ever drone, and it's basically it's a rival to the DJI, whatever. I don't know the name of that drone, but it's the most prevalent drone that's used for.
It's the
DJI Phantom.
DJI Phantom.
Phantom 4. And I think it's the GoPro one costs less and is actually smaller, so it can fold up into your bag. Should be good. I mean, this is like, and then it has like a stabilizer that plugs into it, so you can remove the stabilizer and you have like sort of a mini Steadicam. You can just move around with your hand, so it's like 2-in-1.
Yeah.
I don't know. We're not very well versed with gear, but this is something that is cool because it means these things are getting cheaper, and it's going to be easier to get those nice crane shots that everybody likes, and that's going to be good.
So, looking at this here, it looks like it's got a retail price of $1,300 New Zealand dollars, which is probably twice what it costs in the US. But that's like a totally reasonable amount.
It sounds similar to what the US cost is, though I can't find it right now. Whatever, it's expensive. It's not cheap, but it's cheaper than the other option, for sure.
Yeah. I want one.
Yeah.
Full stop. I want one.
Yeah. I want one of those, the ones that like follow you. I don't know if the DJI can do that or this one, but the ones that follow you sound awesome.
So I've been building my own handheld 3-axis camera stabilizer.
Right.
With some DC motors and everything, and a little controller.
How's that going?
I'm still waiting on most of the parts to arrive. I'm waiting on most of the parts to arrive, but it would be nice just to have one ready made for me rather than having to make it myself.
Yeah.
But yeah, so I'll see how my finances are this Christmas. Maybe treat myself to one of these guys. It'd be pretty awesome.
Yeah. The only problem I find with them is like it's just 20 minutes of battery life, so like you're not gonna use them for that. You
just need multiple battery packs. That's all really.
Yeah, and then another news that is more interesting to me maybe than anybody else. PS4 Pro was announced in the beginning of September. It's like PS4.5 basically. Did you hear about this?
Yeah, I heard about it. I don't really know.
It's just
special about it.
It's a bit more beefier than the current console, and it's basically supposed to give you the option of playing games on a 4K TV and like getting to appreciate 4K visuals. Although it doesn't really do true 4K for most games, and it doesn't. The funniest thing is it doesn't have the ability to play 4K discs, which the cheaper Xbox One S can do. So I know they did it because of pricing reasons, but it's just a weird omission, especially when you think about how big a 4K movie file or video game file is going to be. Anyway, that's just a quick aside.
Great. By the way, I'm looking at this abduction video game that you told me about.
Yeah.
Man, that looks awesome. I want it.
Yeah. It's not my kind of game.
I might have to get it.
It's too much. There's too many puzzles. I just want to.
Too much thinking.
Yeah, I just want to mash my way through games.
Fair enough.
I play Bourne, though, that counts.
What's Rec Room? You have Rec Room written down here. What's that?
So VR games are the future. Everybody knows this. Everybody should know this. Rec Room is like this weird little game on Steam. If anybody has a VR headset, which none of us have, it's really cool because first of all it's free, and then you jump in and it's multiplayer. So like you can see, I think it only works on the Vive for now, the HTC Vive, and it's like room scale, so you can move around in a limited capacity and you teleport as much as you want when you want to move around, and you can hear other people, and you can play like paintball with other people. There's like it's so cool because you'll see like a kid in his kid height. You don't have to like convert, like you don't have to move a scale on a character creator. You're just seeing this person really short because that's how they are. And I think this is where we're going. You know, you're gonna be plugging in your Vive, and then you're gonna be at a meeting and just strolling around, and it's just like avatars because it's just way cheaper to do a conference that way than to fly everyone to one place. You know what I mean? It's just gonna be this is where we're going. Nobody's gonna leave their house. They're just gonna be doing it, and this is like the first manifestation of those kind of things where it's a little crazy. It's cool. I would recommend just YouTubing some of the videos on Rec Room because it's really interesting. Definitely interesting.
Yeah, I'll check it out. Maybe we can talk about it again next time. Next podcast.
And finally, the release date for the Grand Tour was announced. The new show from Jeremy Clarkson.
Was it November
18th?
November 18th, right?
And they're going to do it weekly, which is really good. I like that.
Yeah, I think that's good as well. That sort of show's not really...
Yeah, you don't binge watch it.
No.
You can.
It's best enjoyed. You can, absolutely. Absolutely. Sometimes I do.
but when it comes out, you feel like this event, right? Or the new,
that's right.
The new episodes coming out.
Right, yeah. Mm-hmm.
They said the show's going to come in autumn, and I was expecting like October, September, not November, not like the end of August. So it's almost like winter.
Yeah, fair. Well, spring for me, but yeah.
Yeah, whatever. You know what I mean.
Yeah.
The trailer is also really good. There's a teaser trailer, like a minute long.
Yeah, it was good, eh? I enjoyed it.
It's good. Now we have two, because of the sad stuff that happened, we have two car shows that are very well produced.
So. It's true.
Yeah,
you know, the stuff that happened with Jeremy Clarkson.
Right.
If that didn't happen, we wouldn't have two shows.
What's the second car show?
The Top Gear. Oh, you're being.
Oh, that. Yeah, I haven't seen that.
I mean, it's not as good, but it's still pretty good.
Yeah,
I think it'll be better. It'll be better next season now that they've gotten rid of
Chris Evans.
Did you see any episodes, Michael?
I see just the first couple of that new season.
Is Matt LeBlanc good in it, or just like snobbish?
Matt LeBlanc is the best thing about it, actually.
Okay,
I thought. Good. Yeah.
Okay, so that's it for news. So we watch a lot of trailers, and is there anything?
Yeah. So now we'll talk about all the things we're excited about.
Sure.
So yeah, let's start with trailers. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
you guys watch any?
I watch a lot of bad ones, so I'm not really excited about that. I really hate trailers. They're like 3 minutes long and tell you the whole story. Like, you want a good example of that? Look at Mr. Church, or whatever the new Eddie Murphy movie is called.
Right.
It's really, really bad. It's like, yeah, I don't know why they do that. But yeah, I haven't seen anything that looks cool. I kind of avoid. Passengers looks cool, so I watched the first 5 seconds. You know, the part where they like do quick cuts, and that was it. That's all I watched.
Yeah, I watched the first like third of the trailer, and then I was like, I gotta stop. This is too exciting. So I stopped on that one.
Yeah, Dunkirk is a good example of how to do a trailer, right?
Absolutely, that was a great trailer. Mind you, Christopher Nolan's always good. His first trailers, always watchable.
Yeah, exactly.
You can always watch his first trailer for a movie.
Those Interstellar trailers had like goosebumps. You know, it's just every time I watch them, they're so good.
Totally.
Yeah, the only problem with this trailer is that they come so early. You have to wait the whole year. Instead of like 6 months.
Yeah, he slowly builds it up.
Yeah.
I guess.
Yeah, it's true.
Anything else?
Passengers only came like a few days ago. It's coming up this December, I think.
Yeah, January 1st in New Zealand, sadly.
No, it's your New Year's Day gift.
Yeah, I'll probably go down to Wellington to see it early. So.
Anything else?
Yeah, so the passenger. So the thing about the passenger trailer to me is that it was such a stunning. It looks like a very stunning movie. Like really, like the art direction was just gorgeous. So I'm really excited about that. Plus, it has Jennifer Lawrence in it, and that just makes me happy.
Yeah, and it's directed by the same person who did Morton
Imitation Game.
He did Imitation Game, but also in 2011 he did Headhunters, which is a really really good movie from Norway, I think, or
Oh yeah.
Norway or Denmark. I can't quite remember, but it's really good. I think it's on Netflix. If you haven't seen it, you should check it out. Headhunters is
Interesting.
a good movie. Yeah, I didn't know that it's the same director.
Mm-hmm.
Other
Cool.
than that, I mean, I didn't see anything else interesting. You guys really liked the look of La La Land.
Oh yeah, I'm so excited about La La Land. Um, it's a musical, which I'm not usually super excited about.
Yeah, same.
Yeah, but like it's got Ryan Gosling and Emma Stone, both of whom I really like, and it so it's I think the premise is it's sort of a struggling jazz musician played by Ryan Gosling meets a struggling actress played by Emma Stone in modern day Los Angeles. And so like I really like sort of the Hollywood vibes and stuff, and like
Yeah,
and it's it's just going bananas at all the festivals and stuff. Everyone's raving about it.
mm-hmm.
So that's it. I'm
Yeah.
really excited about that
It
one.
won Best Actress for Emma Stone at the Venice Film Festival, which is a film festival
Right,
that doesn't usually give Hollywood movies anything. So that's pretty good.
right, yeah. So yeah, I'm that's I would say that's arguably that and Passengers are the movies I'm most excited about
Yeah,
this fall.
one thing we should add is that La La Land is directed by Damien Chazelle,
Hmm.
who did
Yeah, the guy who did
Whiplash.
Whiplash.
Yeah, he did Whiplash, and he also wrote 10 Cloverfield Lane. So
Oh, did he?
Yeah, yeah,
co-wrote
that's
it.
right.
Whiplash was an
Yeah,
amazing
and
movie. Yeah,
Whiplash was such. I would say Whiplash is arguably my favorite movie of 2014.
it's up there for me for sure. The editing is definitely the best of that year, I think.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. That and Dawn of the Planet of the Apes were my two favorites.
Yeah, I did a really stupid video for Dawn of the Planet of the Apes recently. I don't know if I should show you guys, but it's so stupid. Yeah, so La La Land, I think, yeah, not really, I don't know, can't. Jack, you watch a lot of trailers. Do you see anything cool?
Um, I don't know why I'm slightly offended by that, but
Shouldn't be.
not really. Nothing really just like really stood out. Oh, there was like a little glimpse of a movie called Ghost in a Shell.
Oh, right.
Yeah,
Has anyone seen
filmed in Wellington actually. A lot of my friends worked on that movie.
Yeah, I saw Weta sharing some message on Facebook about the robot girl. I don't know anything about this movie, so.
Yeah, it's based on like based on a Japanese animated film, which I haven't seen either, called Ghost in the Shell as well.
Mm-hmm.
So pretty much, I think Scarlett Johansson played like a robot cop or something, like RoboCop, but not RoboCop.
Cool.
Yeah, right. I don't know anything about the anime. All I know is that people seem to love it.
Mm-hmm.
So if the live action movie's half as good as that, then I'm sure it'll be pretty awesome.
Yeah.
It's fun to hear stories of that movie getting made and stuff.
Yeah, it's not a full trailer. It's more like a teaser for a trailer, like a teaser for the whatever the trailer that's gonna come out.
Can I just say that I hate that? I hate teaser trailers for trailers.
You just show us,
I think
it's a waste of time.
Yeah, it's an interesting way to do it though. It's like 15-second snippets.
But it looks like a very beautiful movie as well.
Yeah,
just from the little snippets that we got.
Google who's behind it now. It's coming out in 2017. It is directed by Rupert Sanders. I don't know who this guy is. Yeah, he did Snow White and the Huntsman, so that's about it. Yeah.
Yeah,
I also saw the new trailer. Right. Did you guys see the new trailer for M. Night Shyamalan's movie? It's
no,
so
I couldn't
weird.
care less.
Like I saw it in the. Yeah, we saw it in the theater, right?
Yeah, I saw it a while back
really
too.
Weird. It's like James McAvoy plays like he abducts some teenage girls, and then he's like 33 different like psyches are in his mind, and he's like switching between them all the time. He's like a good person, and then he's a kid, and then he's like a weird mother type. It just seems like super weird. I don't know. He hasn't made a good movie for a while now, so I don't know.
Yeah, that's the thing. I'm a little dubious.
Okay. anything else anybody wants to mention?
Yeah,
yeah.
Arrival.
Yeah.
I'm excited about
Alright.
Arrival.
Apparently, it's
So
very well received as well.
yeah, it's doing really well at festivals. It's a movie I know nothing about, and I want to keep it that way, preferably. I think I watched the first
I watched
teaser.
the one where the Taker. It's the teaser trailer. We watched it. I think it's a good setup. Basically, the premise is, I think this isn't a spoiler, but it's like they take a interpreter or like a linguistic expert to translate between the aliens and the humans, and that's all
Right.
about as much as I know. Amy Adams is in it, Jeremy Renner, Forrest Whitaker, and it's the best part is it's directed by Denis Villeneuve, who's done a lot of
Denis is French.
Villeneuve
Denis.
from Quebec. He's really
Denis
good.
Villeneuve.
He's done a lot of good stuff.
Yeah, he's done some awesome stuff. I'm really excited about that one. It's gonna be a good
Did you guys
fall.
see this?
I think.
I don't know who posted it, but it was like a good breakdown of. Did anybody see Sicario?
Yeah.
No, I still haven't watched that one actually.
There's a nice breakdown of the tense scene. Jack, you remember on the bridge?
Yeah,
it was on Cinefix.
Oh yeah, that was Cinefix. Yeah.
Yeah, that was another movie you haven't seen. You have to watch, Michael.
I didn't think it was that great, but that scene was definitely amazing. He also did Prisoners, which is, if you haven't seen it, it's a great movie as well.
Yeah, I've heard it's good as well.
Yeah,
I need to watch
Blade Runner. He's also doing that.
Oh yeah, that's beyond exciting.
Yeah, it would be pretty fun if it's actually called the Untitled Blade Runner.
Yeah. But yeah, this it's gonna be a good fall and good few months.
Hopefully,
leading up to the Oscars and stuff. So I think I'm quite excited.
Yeah, hopefully we'll see more interesting stuff. There's like a Scorsese movie that's coming out that I haven't seen any trailer or anything. So there's some more stuff that's gonna be teased.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah, it's gonna be good. I'm excited.
Yeah. Okay, should we start to wrap up now? I think might be it.
Yeah. Well, let's move on to something that are we planning on watching anything?
I mean, I think
you guys have any?
It's fine if we talk about what our plans are. I guess for what we're gonna do now. I think.
Mm-hmm.
What do you guys think about doing this 2 weeks or every month or what?
Yeah, I'd say let's aim for every 2 weeks or something.
A bi-weekly thing lets us at least try to watch.
I was thinking as well, like it'd be fun to do this when I'm in Wellington one time, and we can get some other guest speakers on.
Sure.
Or I can do we can do it while I'm wandering around.
Or you can do your own interview series. Michael interviews people.
There you go. And we can cut to that in the middle of the
exactly.
show or something.
We can do a lot of stuff with editing, except our audio is.
Well, there you go. I think we need to step up our audio game.
It's very low.
Whatever, man. I'm talking through a phone. While trying to be close to this laptop. I'm trying to be quiet enough so that I don't wake up the baby in the next room, while trying to be loud enough that I, don't get drowned out by the fridge noise. Yeah. It's very touching.
Yeah. So tonight I was actually thinking of watching a movie that I've been meaning to watch for years called Lost in Translation.
Oh, good movie.
Yeah, I've heard it's really good, and it's been on my list for ages, so I figured I should bite the bullet and watch it. So hopefully I'll watch it tonight and let you guys know how it is next time.
Sure. Maybe I'll rewatch it.
But yeah,
so.
Is there a movie that we
that we all want to watch? That we can talk about.
What do we get? Can be our homework.
I think I should watch The Godfather, but you guys have already seen it. So.
Have you seen it, Michael?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I have seen it. Yeah.
Well, so what? You should still watch it. You should still watch Bullet too.
Yeah, I should watch Bullet.
You should watch Bullet. There's
a DVD copy of Bullet in my closet that I haven't looked at for a while.
Yeah, right. Oh, we should have we can have a special feature on this show every once in a while of our own movies, huh?
Yeah. Actually,
sounds like a terrible idea.
I had opened up the editing suite for the stuff we talked about before.
Right.
And I opened up a project that shall not be named. That has long been in gestation, and I had a rough cut of it, even with the bad audio, and it plays.
Yeah.
It actually plays not so bad. So I'm really excited. I'm not going to make any promises, but I'm really excited to just go back and finish it off because it's fun. It's like it's a good movie, and I think it's not a good movie, but it's a good one for us to watch. So it should be exciting.
That's funny.
Get to it, yeah. Yeah, I don't know. What do we want to watch? We'll figure that out, I guess, in time. I shouldn't waste time.
Yeah. Oh, actually, there's another movie coming out this fall called, what is it? Hidden Persons or something?
Hidden Persons?
No. Here, I'll find it. Hidden Figures. It's about a group of African American women who helped the Apollo program get to the moon.
Oh, right.
It looks quite interesting.
Yeah, I've read about this and being talked about as a potential Oscar winner, maybe.
Yeah, so.
But this doesn't seem like it has any reviews yet or anything.
Yeah, it's not coming out till January, I don't think.
Theodore Melfi is the director. He's done.
Mm-hmm.
He's not done anything I've watched, unfortunately. Hans Zimmer though is composing some of the music, so that's cool.
Well, that's a bonus right there.
Yeah.
But yeah, let's
figure out something we want to watch. So I think we'll stop at some point now. Say goodbye to our ghost listeners, and then just talk about some other technical stuff about the podcast and figure some stuff out and then leave.
Here's something. We should all watch Pete's Dragon. There you go.
Yeah, but I don't want to watch that.
I don't want to watch Pete's Dragon.
I want to watch Moana. Moana looks cool because it has Lin-Manuel Miranda's music. You guys have heard about Hamilton, right?
Oh, of course. Yeah.
Unfortunately, it's almost impossible to go watch, but it's a great Broadway play that's quite musical. Mm-hmm. And Lin-Manuel Miranda does the music for that, and it's supposedly really, really good. And he's done the music as well, or part of the music for Moana, which is an animated movie.
Yeah, Moana is supposed to be really good too.
Yeah.
So.
Let's see. Should I just open up Netflix and then we'll just choose a random thing?
Oh, the movie's called Moana.
Moana? I thought it was Moana.
Is it? I don't know.
We're just spouting information here that's all accurate.
Oh yeah, it is Moana.
Have you guys seen the Philip Seymour Hoffman, the last one he did before he passed away? What's it called?
No, I haven't actually. I haven't watched it. You know what we should all watch again? We should watch Looper.
No.
We should all watch Looper again. And
I don't want to watch that. Is that the one with Sam Jackson?
No,
that's
with Bruce Willis.
Bruce Willis and what's his name?
Joseph Gordon-Levitt.
Joseph Gordon-Levitt.
Oh, I haven't seen this. It's got 93% on Rotten Tomatoes.
Yeah, Rotten Tomatoes is a bit. It's not the one.
And it's directed by the same person who's directing Star Wars. Episode 8. Interesting.
Or have you guys seen a movie called Cinema Paradiso?
I haven't. No.
No, but what is it about?
I'll read the synopsis. When a Sicilian boy is mesmerized by the movies at his local theater, he befriends a projectionist who tells him to leave home and pursue his dreams.
Won best foreign film.
Sounds like a Hollywood Oscar bait.
No, it did. It won Academy Award for best foreign film.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
I'm just joking. That's why I said it's not.
Oh, okay.
Because it's not but apparently it bombed. Which is something
You want to watch that one?
It's a 1988 movie.
It's hardly even old, Sahil.
Fine.
So for our listeners, Sahil is the guy who doesn't like watching movies more than 5 years old.
Not necessarily, but things that look old.
Necessarily. I haven't heard of you watching a movie past 2000.
Fargo. Okay, I watched Fargo.
Okay. It's probably by accident.
No, I actually seek that one out. I think we should watch there's one movie we should watch, and it's amazing, and I think you guys should have seen it. It's criminal that you haven't seen it. It's called Wild Tales. I've talked about it before.
Is it the Argentinian movie?
Yeah.
I've seen that.
Okay, you've seen it, Michael.
So it's not criminal.
I have not. Well, I'm gonna watch Cinema Paradiso. So.
Okay. Now I have to go find this.
It's on Netflix.
Is it?
Yeah.
Okay, then sure. Jack, have you seen this?
No, unfortunately.
No, I don't have it on my Netflix, unfortunately. So.
You don't have. It's not on Netflix for you?
No.
Maybe it's just in New Zealand.
Yeah, it's weird. I hate the licensing stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, we'll figure something out.
Yeah.
We don't have to watch the same thing, but let's all watch at least one movie before next time.
Sure.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. I'll watch it within 2 weeks.
Okay, then you should have notes for all these movies so that you can.
Sorry, what?
You can take up like half an hour just talking.
Yeah.
All right. I think Michael, you wanna wrap this up?
Yeah. So, well, that was our super unstructured, disorganized pilot episode of still unnamed show about movies by three engineers. If you're still listening to this, then thank you so much. That means a lot.
And probably means you also don't have a life.
Oh, shut up!
Yeah,
Don't say that.
It could be that as well.
It could be.
So we're gonna keep making these, and we'll get better at them, obviously, and we're gonna have some cool guests. Some of the guests will just be our friends who are also interested in the same things, but other guests will hopefully be some people in the business and talking about some of the stuff they're working on or some other cool stuff. But yeah, we've got some pretty good plans for this, and hopefully we'll do an episode every 2 weeks. Maybe at some point we'll change that to once a week, even if it takes off. Yeah.
I think another thing.
Thank you again for listening.
Yeah. Thanks again, everyone, for listening. And yeah, another thing we'll be doing is, there might be more pilot episodes in the future because they're still testing stuff out. So you might not see.
It's true.
You might not see
It's
an
true.
episode.
And we will get better audio equipment.
Yeah, hopefully. Okay.
Awesome.
All right. Bye.
All right.
Bye,
Well,
bye, everyone.
thank you.
Bye.
Bye, audience. Thanks again for listening.
See you next time on the still untitled something show.
Still unnamed. Still entitled is taken. So.
I know. Roll on theme music. That's probably horrible.